Hello and welcome back in my English class, dear student. I hope you all are safe and sound at your home. Like the previous video, today also I have brought a new lesson for you all, that is of your textbook Flamingo, Chapter 3, Deep Water, written by William O. Douglas. The story has been taken from the Autobiography of Man and Mountains, written by William O. Douglas. In this story, the author tells about his fear of water and how he overcome it by his strong determination and willpower. There is only one main character in this story, William O. Douglas, and also he is a narrator of the story. The whole story revolves around him. It is a first person autobiographical account, right? So let us begin the story. The story Deep Water tells us how the author overcome his fear of water and learn swimming with strong determination and his willpower. He had a terror of water since his childhood. When he was 3 or 4 years old, he had gone to California with his father for spending holidays. They both visited the beach. When William was playing near the seashore, a low tide wave, knocked the child down and swept over him. William terrified, but his father was laughing because he knew that there was no harm. This bad experience developed permanent fear of water in the author's subconscious mind. Few years later, another incident happened with him. The incident was more serious and increased his terror. As the writer was very fond of water sports like canoeing, rafting, surfing, and also for fishing. So he was trying to learn swimming in the YMCA swimming pool in Yakima City. YMCA is a swimming pool run by Young Men Christian Association in USA. And Yakima is a city in US located about 60 miles southeast in Washington. The city has a river of its own name, Yakima. The river Yakima is a tributary of the Columbia River in eastern Washington at USA. So, one day when he was all alone in the swimming pool, he thought he should wait for the other boys. A big boy of the age sharp 18 or 19 suddenly played a dangerous prank, and pushed him into the water. William was terribly frightened. He went down 9 feet into the water. When he reached into the bottom, he jumped upward with all his strength. He came up, but very slowly. He tried to catch or hold something like a rope, but there was nothing, only water all around. He also tried to shout, but no sound came out from his mouth. He was droning. He went down again. His throat choked. His heart was throbbing, and he became dizzy. He became paralyzed with fear. All his legs and hands were paralyzed. He could only hear the throbbing sound of his heart that showed he was alive. Again he tried to jump up, but this time his legs and hands would not move at all. He was tired now and moving towards peaceful death. And then he slept. When he awoke, he found himself lying on the side of the pool with the other boys nearby. The terror that he had experienced haunted him for many years. It spoilt his pleasures in different lakes of canoeing, fishing, rafting, and swimming. But the author was determined to overcome from his terror. He took help of a swimming instructor to learn swimming. The instructor taught him various actions which was necessary in swimming. Day by day he is learning step by step. He was also practicing the breathing exercise. He put his face under the water and exhaled and then inhaled, raising it above water. He practiced it for several weeks. Now he had to kick with his legs a few weeks on the side of the pool. At last, he combined all his actions and made it to swim. Finally, he learned swimming. But what is the problem? The problem was the terror which was continued. So the instructor said to him that whatever I could do, I had done for you. Now the next step you have to take, that is overcome from your terror. So whenever he was trying to go into the water, the terror returned. Now the author decided to terrorize the terror itself by facing the new challenge. When the fear came, he confronted it by asking it, "Well, Mr. Terror, what do you think you can do to me?" And then he swam. Once he took courage, the terror vanished. Now he was able to face the challenge in various places like various lakes, rivers, etc. Finally, he conquered his fear. At last, he overcome from his greatest terror. So student, at the end, once again in this story, William Douglas talks about his fear of water and how he finally overcome it with strong willpower, courage, hard work, and firmly determination. The story tells us that fear creates dangers, but once we take courage, the fear vanished. It shows that most of our fears are baseless. At the end, the author proves that where there is a will, there is a way. So I hope you like the story of William O. Douglas and also learn something from his life. Now it's time to go. Next time I'll be there with a new lesson, with a new video. Till then, take care, be safe and keep study. For any doubt or query, write to me in the comment box. Thank you.